The other thing that can be a problem with a family business that thrives over many generations is if you're not careful, you end up with a very unmanageable shareholder register. In a modern family, it's often the case that the entrepreneur will split the shares pretty equally among his children. If they do the same, then in some families within a few generations you're talking about dozens of shareholders. And you can end up in a very difficult and unmanageable situation if you're not careful, where it's still a private company, but it's got a pretty widely spread shareholder base who aren't closely associated with what's going on. And often the company carries on operating in much the same way it did in the first generation, with a very low dividend, really running very conservatively for the benefit of the business, not the shareholders. And that's a recipe for all sorts of problems if it's not sorted out. The companies that survive longest in terms of generations, if you go back through, you'll often find it's because there's been a succession of single children. The two big problems in family succession are having no children and having many children. And there's a process that many of those survivors have gone through every 2 or 3 generations of, if you like, pruning the family tree, buying out those parts of the shareholder register which aren't really heavily committed to the company anymore, borrowing in the company and doing that in that way. And that's, history says that's an essential part of the process of keeping a family business healthy in the long term.